Alright, here we are, Town Fab. Little update on the COE. It's all ripped apart. We haven't been able to do any real videos because our microphone took, it quit working. So we really kind of like haven't updated that and got new microphones and got that going. As you can see, this shop's a fucking disaster. But that's just how it's supposed to be. So I got the steering installed. Let me turn this around. I'm on the gimbal. Oh. So we got the steering installed. Definitely jerry rigged, I guess you would say. It's solid as fuck, man. It's gonna hold this 3/8 plate. The Schedule 40 pipe. It'll hold, man. And then OEM shaft modified to work. And then the gearing box. So all this is temporary. I'll cut all that out of there, and these will stay, and I'll come off of them to the chassis or to the cab and make all that when the cab goes in. Engines here. I just picked up these ICT billet covers. Special shout out to them for sponsoring this build. Right? Look at that. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. So now we can wash this dirty old pig. Whoever had this engine before us definitely didn't care about the servicing, and it's going to be done right because it cut the heck out of my finger. Definitely got me today for sure, ripping it apart. But she's all ripped apart. We're gonna order the rotating assembly for it. And I got the cams in. They're sitting back there. Boom, boom. Cams, push rods, valve springs, retainers, caps, all that good stuff. Multi-layer gasket, LS9 gasket. Then we gotta get ARP head studs, a couple other things. Intake, throttle body, stuff like that. Gotta paint this all up. I'm not going to tell you what color it's going. It's going to look good. It's going to be cool. It's definitely not going to match anything on the truck whatsoever. It's going to be its own little entity. So when you pop it, it's going to be like, wow, where'd that color come from? You know, okay, that looks cool. That's what we're expecting. I just made the, ICT, you know. And then trans, it's done. Ready to go. Just put a HD2 shift kit in it, and then that's really it. And just went from AM fittings, so we can go to the True Cool 40K trans cooler, which is over here. I also made a little fan shroud for that. So I got two 6-inch fans, little push fans. I'm not going to worry about sealing all this stuff. I don't think I'm going to stress about it. I think it's still going to do its job. I'm pretty sure it's going to pull through there. So, and then use some nut certs and screwed it in. So now I'm going to put another one right there and just kind of tie that in. Also just welded the fittings straight on. That's one thing I don't like, is I try to minimize any connections. Again, another big mess. Like, if you look, oh, the gimbal's being goofy. So I had to modify those brackets too. Down there are all the fittings I had to modify. Also welded the AN fittings onto here. Had to cut these, had to cut these, had to cut these. Weld it all, and then power steering converted to AN. Big turbo, but not that turbo. That turbo. Big turbo. With the 12-inch air filter on it. All the turbos. But yeah, that's what's going on in the shop. Oh, it's all the parts up there. But yeah, that's it. Not a whole lot. Code's all ripped apart. Like I said, the yard's a mess, but you'll have that on these big builds. this weekend. Goal is to have functional brakes. Rip this off, put brake calipers on, wash the dirty pig, get that cleaned up, and then brake calipers, get the brake lines installed. They're sitting over there by the vise, which I've never done brakes before either. I mean, like brake lines and stuff like that. You know, I've never done brake lines, so I'm gonna do brake lines for the first time. Me and Christina both. We're gonna do it and get the brakes installed on this, and then maybe see if we could go pick up Elvis's spare aluminum block that he has, so we can mate it to the transmission, and then maybe we can mount it in this engine or mount it in here and get that done. That would be cool. And then we could actually have it welded in, have the engine mounts welded in and everything. That'd be really sweet. But yeah, steering rack's done. I'll show how I did that also on the end. Where do we go? Oops, let's go down. All right, so I took the Fat Fabs kit and I cut it and I plug welded it and seal welded it around the end too. You can see over here, I didn't clean that one yet. It'll ride. The only downfall to this is if my rack and pinion were to fail down the road, then I would have to send it off and get it rebuilt because of those. It is what it is. But other than that, that's where we're at. Steering might look sketchy as hell, but it'll ride, man. It's nice. It's definitely nice and tight. A lot better than I expected, for sure. Definitely. There's my Band-Aid from a cut finger earlier. Stupid. But that's that, man. COE's coming along. It might not look like much, but we're pretty much on the final. We're like the downhill slide of this journey so far. Everything we got, we've needed. I remember 6 months ago, we were like, what are we going to do for an engine? We had no clue. 1 year ago, this was a big white box truck. It was I had 2 frames, had to rip the COE off of one frame, chop it up, get it on, and I did that at another house. And then worked on this thing. My girlfriend and I, kids were over there chopping it up. We had little kids with grinders and cut wheels just going to town on this stuff, man. Chopped it all up. Zero knowledge whatsoever about, like, no experience, should I say that. I got some knowledge with like fabrication and stuff, but never done none of this before, ever. This is all new to us. I don't think it come out too bad. I don't think it looks that bad. Definitely. Things I would do different. A lot more research before I do it. I already did a lot of research, but not enough. But you're always going to be learning with this stuff. Shoot, I don't know. Maybe shorter. Probably make it shorter. If I had to change anything about the truck, I'd maybe shorten the wheelbase. Like probably another foot or 2 foot, maybe a foot. Real short bed truck. That's what I should have done. It would have been a wheelie monster at that point. With a dually, man, this thing would have been no problem. But it's okay. It's still going to be a ripper. I promise you that. And when this engine's done, and this trans is in, and this thing's running, them tires are going bye-bye. But that's it. I'm going to get off here, continue getting some stuff done around here. I got some more projects coming up, so I'm not going to have as much time to work on the COE. So, but that's okay. We'll get them done. Till next time. See you guys later.